Jimmy. Alrighty, it is 3 o'clock. Welcome everyone to our Q&A with a wonderful artist. Someone I've been wanting to hold the Q&A with for quite a while. So KJ, why don't you introduce yourself? And I'm also joined here by my co-host, Riodies. So KJ, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, hello. I'm KJ. I didn't know you actually want to be around for a Q&A thing. Surprised me. I'm a little guy on the internet who draws for 95% of what I do in my in my life. But I'd probably consider myself a generalist, so I'm multi-fandom, but I am mostly known for Sonic art and my Sonic characters and my various selection of Shadow fan arts. So yeah, I've been kicking around for about a decade now, I think, in the fandom. So it's been a good time.
Yeah. So how did you get started? What got you into Sonic and what got you into drawing?
So for me, I've been drawing like all my life, pretty much. I've always been a very creatively minded individual. So even in single digits, I was drawing constantly, and it's only just gotten worse as I've gotten older. As I've gotten older, um, but I definitely very seriously took it up. Started thinking about it as a career since I was started digital art at 15. So, um, and a lot of that started with Sonic, which at the time was a very recent fandom that I joined. So weirdly enough, I actually found out about Sonic on and off, but only ever delved into it once. I think I was about 14 or so. So, um, I remember it specifically as the rival fight of Sonic and Shadow in the Sonic Generations. I'm like, this is weird, but this is really cool. And then I remembered that I've on and off been playing like the demo of Sonic Unleashed for like as long as it's been out. I just never bought the full game. But I remember I obsessively played Apatos like level 2 for like a year straight. I'm like, oh, I should get this game, and then never did because I have horrific memory. Um, I'm like, oh, I've actually weirdly been in this fandom for quite a long time, and suddenly when I learned out about it more through the games and watched cutscenes on YouTube and all of the YouTubers from back then, uh, that I really got into it. And it kind of the fandom helped start kickstart my art and my interest in digital art. So yeah, the two go hand in hand for me.
Oh, I know you mentioned Unleashed before we go to the next question. Did you get to play Unleashed Recompiled yet?
Yes, I did briefly. I have no clue why, but I've been having issues with trying to get the actual Unleashed part into the recompiled. But I've very much enjoyed what I've played. It is absolutely fantastic. Just the level of detail that they put into every single like crack and cranny in the whole thing is just it's divine, and I love it to pieces. And the fact that the rest of 360 games can join in is being having the same treatment as well. It's just absolutely incredible. It's been the most
Wow.
excited I've been as a fan for a long time, actually.
Hey, we all feel the same way. So, Ria, would you like to ask the next question? Uh-oh. Ria? Oh no. Oh no. Uh,
Oh
Ria?
no.
Oh no. Hey, Ria, try Control R. Sorry about that. No, guys. See,
Whoa.
what now?
Hello?
Okay, yeah, I don't know what
There we
happened there.
go.
What happened?
I don't know, but yeah,
No
it's your turn
clue.
to ask the next question.
Sorry about that, guys.
That is okay.
So is there any like specific Sonic artists that or like many that like inspire you? Like, because I'm assuming you started like mainly drawing when it was like Sonic related.
Yeah. Oh, there was a lot of like the old DeviantArt days, so it's oh goodness, it would be people like Japanese artist Raisin is like probably my biggest inspiration from way back when. And I think they're still kicking around, but do more like Splatoon fan art last time I checked these days. If you've ever seen a really good painting of like Supersonic versus like Perfect Dark Gaia, that's the artist, and very much inspired me to go down the painting route. Because if people don't know my art, which complete fair if you don't, I mainly specialize in painting and lineless art because I couldn't do line art in my artwork for years. So I'm like, I hate this process. I'm taking out the process entirely. No line art, and that's just what I'm kind of known for. So, yeah, a lot of painting works from way back. Definitely my group of friends that have been with me since all the way back when. I know a certain someone is here. I'm not going to call her out, but love her. Also, oh god, uh, it's I had so many like names and usernames to think of, and then just disappeared. But
I get that. I get that.
yeah, I'm not. It's not really one specific artist these days. I think the lovely thing about this fandom, with all its issues, is that people are so creative beyond what I could even think of, and it's just a joy seeing that from any artist, regardless if they're a beginner or not. So it's a bit of a generalist answer, but you know what? That's just how I feel. I just love how cool the artists here could be.
So, how did you develop your art style? Did you take inspiration from anyone or any particular style at all?
Um, so it wouldn't really be a specific um artist, but I because my mediums before digital art was like traditional painting, so it'd be the occasional acrylics, loving colored pencil, and it was a lot of that stuff that I learned from when I was very young that kind of helped form just how I art. So I very much like to play with lighting, and I very much like to give that kind of realistic, semi-realistic look to my work. Um, so a lot of what you've learned in traditional painting, you very much apply to my work. Um, so yeah, just
Alrighty. So yeah, I'll have you ask the next question.
Yeah, okay. So is there a specific character you like love or absolutely hate drawing? Or like it's a pain to draw?
it's been on my mind a bit, and I hate to say it. I tried drawing Vector again recently, and I could not stand it. I know it's like the white bread of opinions of I can't draw Vector's body very well, but I tried it again, and like, oh my god, I used to be so good at this when I was younger, and I feel like all my skills just absolutely left me. I really need to practice again. Also, weirdly enough, just Sonic's quills in particular absolutely annoy me sometimes. Draw Silver's fine, I could draw Shadows fine, but Sonic, I think because of how simple they are, they just mind block me in ways that particularly infuriate me. I do, on the opposite end, I do really like drawing. It wasn't obvious by a lot of my work. I do really enjoy drawing Shadow a lot. It's my favorite. After all, I have to learn how to do it justice the best I can.
Yippee!
And I also really enjoy drawing Silver when I get the chance to. I seem to lean into the more complex designs when it comes to find it easier for some reason.
Okay. Is there a particular drawing that you're most proud of? I know, like, one of my favorites that you've done is that shadow one.
Oh, is that like the movie redraw or something? Or was it a different shadow
It's
piece that I did?
it's that one. That's one of my favorites that you've done. Is there, like, a
Yes.
particular drawing that you're most proud of, though?
That's definitely one of them, actually, because I absolutely love. I never drawn a bike before, so I'm not crazy about how that part looked, but how I rendered the far and just how it came out. I spent so much time, and it was quite a different process for me because I usually like to layer my colors quite a lot, and have a really thought out, well laid out process. But with the movie redraw, it was more like chunks that I did on one layer. So there'd be bits that I'd like resketch out at most, but the rest of it was just seeing how it panned out, really. And I'm incredibly proud of it. And the effects I drew there is actual hand done. Um, all of the texturing and yeah, everything is completely done by hand, which is something I'll always be fussy about with my work. Because even though there are easier options, I do not like taking them half the time, and then I wonder why my paintings take like 20 hours to complete sometimes. But
What
that's absolutely one of them. As of late, I've seen my work's improved quite a lot, and I've just been drawing a lot more. So I feel like with every new one that I make and finish, the previous one is completely, well, not awful, but I'm like, oh, I could have done that better. So I'm in the loop of constant improvement, and it's been really fun. But that
what
shadow piece is like beyond my favorite, and the other redraw that I did actually. Uh, the one with the oh god, one where he's like punching, and you can see like the lightning in his hand and whatnot. That was a popular one to redraw. It was fun.
I'm curious, what did you use for both the color and the detail? Because that's, like, my favorite part of just that particular drawing and your artwork in general.
So for those previous works, I was actually in Paint Tool Sai, and it was literally just a brush that I use for basically everything. I use like one brush for sketching and rendering, and it kind of ends up being a little bit of the same nowadays, but with Clip Studio. I've been trying to play around a little bit more with, because there's a lot more options for it. Yes, that's the one. That's the redraw. Um, with Clip available to me, I have a lot more options for how I can texture my work and how I can push myself. So I've been leaning into more of a like oil painting type, like canvas paper look, and whilst I still miss Paint Tool Side a lot, and I miss that brush that I used for everything. As you can see in the redraws, I do feel like I could push myself a bit more, and it's been making me enjoy my work a lot as of late.
Okay. Rio, would you like to read that text question in the chat before you ask your next question?
Okay, so this is from Supersonic. They say this is the first time that they've met you and they've watched your works and think they're beautiful and wonderful. The question is, what is your favorite Sonic artist, fan and official, and do you watch other art from other artists?
Well, firstly, thank you. I really appreciate it. Comments on my art. If I'm leaning more official artist, I'm gonna be. I really like some of the. God, I forget the name, but it's the person doing a lot of the big giant pieces, like the one of Amy recently, where she's like doing her hair. Oh, I forget her name. It's like Yui something, I think. It's not coming to me. I need to look it up there. 'Cause it's gonna annoy me if I don't. Yeah, Yui Kawasano is an absolute favorite of mine. I love the way that she plays with color and just makes things so lively and feels like I'm right there with the characters a lot of the time. Just do so much justice to their characterization, and even the behind the scenes, like the little notes on like the art. Like, oh, would this character like do this like emotion, or would they lean in a bit more to listen further, or would they not? It's just great. I love the how things like are eventually made to be. I love learning about behind the scenes and stuff. So yeah, I love Yui Karasana. I think that's Karasuna. Fantastic artist. Fan artist. Um, I think currently, or it has been for a long while, my personal favorite fan artist in is Space Colony. If anyone's heard of them, absolutely like fantastic painter, and probably up there is like one of my huge inspirations. And the fact that I've chatted to him a few times is just blows my mind. I still feel like I'm talking to like celebrities and whatnot sometimes. I always had that comment back in the day from people. It's like you speak to everyone like you're talking to celebrities. And I'm like, yes, I am. People are so talented. I'm very shocked I get to speak to any of them. A real blessing, truly.
All right. Rio, would you like to ask your next question?
Yeah, so when like art block happens, like how do you deal with it? And has it ever happened when you're like midway through like an one of your works?
Oh boy, let's start. um, I've got the crippling issue of work in progress. I've got about 20 of them, and then I'll just start a new project anyway. It's I'm very much in that boat. I get called out every time I see a meme unrelated to that. So with art block, that's an interesting topic because I've on and off been dealing with that for quite a long time because I did not treat my body very well back in the day, and I pushed myself way too hard and give my breaks needed. So it's been something that I've been trying to kind of learn, just reel myself back a bit, and realize that I do need a break sometimes, and I do need to not force my ideas out, plan ahead. If I need to make a bigger project. I'd say my main way of dealing with art block is kind of indulging yourself on what actually inspires you. Like for me, it's a lot of video games and movies that do that for me. Always been a huge like animation nerd. I love learning about new animation films. I love video games. If that was obvious enough by me being in the Sonic fandom for such a long time. So just indulge yourself and treat yourself is like the way I go about it. It's a refresher and just taking your mind out of one spot and putting it elsewhere. Yeah. Look after yourself, babe. It's good for you.
My next question is what tool do you mainly use for making your artwork?
So my current just for me on Clip, I'm still kind of playing around what tools suit me best because with Paint Tool started very one specific kind of routine and kind of look. And whilst it's great, and I absolutely love my old stuff a lot of the time, I'm now trying to, as I mentioned, like go through that kind of oil painting look. So I think all of the ones that I use aside from sketch brushes are like just all found on the Clip Studio for free and just playing around with it. So it'd be a mix of like very hard texture brushes, then like chalk brushes or the basic rounds to really get the softer parts come in to get the entire tone across. And that's how I get a lot of my work to look very 3D and rendered. Especially in like darker paintings where I'm playing with like near blacks and you've really got to try and push the lighting a lot more to get what you want across. And it's very fun. It's very fun problem solving. I have to say. I think that's what I like about painting most, is that it's hugely into problem solving, and if you have an issue, you gotta find your ways to make it work.
100% on that. So, all right, Leah, I'll have you ask the next question.
Yeah. So, have you ever done like any like art collabs, or like in the future, is there any artists you want to do like a collab with?
God, I won't lie on found the fan like I feel like such a tiny little artist that I feel like asking for collabs or doing collab work is like I worry too much. I'm very socially anxious, so I haven't done a collab like piece such a long time. I think it was a few years ago. I even did anything on the lines of that, and even then it's because my friend gave me a sketch for me to for commission. Like I'm just gonna paint it. I should probably reach out a bit more and try and get a bit better in showing my work off a bit more. So I kind of keep it a bit to myself, and I need to fix that immediately. um I would love to. I guess if anyone wants to collab with me, I wouldn't say no. I just hope I wouldn't disappoint them on my side if I do it. I don't even think it'd be any specific artist. I suppose I would always vouch for my friends, and those would be my first. But people I'd go to, but I'm very anxious. I would not even know who to.
People in the chat, you know what to do. Collab with KJ. Give her some love. Yeah. I'll read the next text question before I get to my question. From Nightburn. Hi, Vina. Hope you're doing well. But KJ, you've inspired me so much since we were kids. I truly want to thank you for being such a constant source that I gush about you to this day. Your growth has been amazing to witness, and I'm truly proud of you. I hope you are too. Keep it up. I'm hyped to see what else you make.
Rena, thank you. Don't make me cry on a live panel now. Come on. No, I'm very thankful for your support, Rena. I really am. You've always been there for me, and thank you. You did not need to say that, but you did, and I'm very happy. Thank you.
She's like, I'll cry if you cry. Oh, that is.
No.
So Dodger asked, what is your favorite Sonic game?
Oh, for me, it will always, without a doubt, be Sonic Adventure 2. I love that game to bits. It was like the huge jump start in me fully getting into this fandom and the series as a whole. So I'm completely indebted to it. And it is why Shadow is my favorite. That game kind of saved a lot of, well, to be blunt, it kind of saved my life back then. I was not in a good spot. So having, like people to look up to in that game and whatnot, it very much was it's exactly what I needed, and it's why I'm so connected to Sonic franchise as a whole.
Right. Should we get our VTuber from the request to speak?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, so my question is, KJ, if you could be on any specific, I know, I'm sorry for saying this, but Honkai Star Rail really has me in a chokehold. So, if you could be on a Star Rail path, what would it be? Star Rail path would be like a class.
Oh, so what kind of classes are there? Because I don't really know anything about Honkai Star Rail, and it's made by
So, let me take a look at Okay, let's see the classes. Destruction deals astounding much damage and with great survivability. They're sort of the all-arounder class.
Cool.
The Hunt is single target damage. Erudition is AoE. Harmony is like a buffer. Nihility is a debuffer. Preservation's a defensive character. And Remembrance is the summoner class, with them having various amounts of abilities.
Ooh, I I'm debating between like the summoner class realm
Remembrance
and
and
the AoE based one. I'm awful with names, I'm sorry.
hey, it's perfectly okay. I just got back into it, and I can just say, you picked two of the best classes.
Oh. I just like I kind of tend to default to like area of effects and summoner based classes. I
And
blame Barony for that.
the one of the gifts I posted, the girl with the dragon,
Oh,
Castoris, yeah, she's on the remembrance path.
cool.
Mm-hmm. I actually came back just for her, and I actually even got a character. For me, I'd either be a remembrance character that'd be focused on defense, or a destruction character that can switch between two modes. A sort of, well, one that's more focused on offense, but he takes more damage in return. But one focused on defense, in which he deals less damage.
Oh, cool.
I know, I'm getting a lot of ideas. Well,
You can't go wrong with like defensive like classes because I can tend to kind of lean to more defense and
Sustain is
offense
a
in my games
really powerful
also.
meta right now, especially with Castoris about to release. Wait, not right. But I'm sorry, I just gotta talk about Castoris. I just can't stop thinking about her. The thing is, Castoris' whole gimmick is that he drains HP to improve our party's capabilities. And oh my god, it does it in such a unique way. Once she consumes HP, she gains instead of having like normal energy, which has like a specific amount before it's filled up, she has New Bud, and that's gained whether you lose HP, mainly used via your skill, or when you get healed. Once New Bud reaches 100%, activate it, and you summon Pollux and expand the territory Lost Netherland. And I just look. I'm sorry. I'm just so hyped for Star Rail. Next up is when it's the dragon's turn, it can consume its own HP to deal more damage to the enemy, or just end it with a claw attack. And I know it's Sonic, but I'm sorry. Sorry about this.
You're fine. But thank you for your question.
Hey, you're welcome. May this journey
Thank
lead
you.
us starward.
Just thank you for that question. I think I'll back and look at the name. But what is your favorite movie franchise? That was another text question.
Oh, movie franchise. That would be my previous fandom that I was in, which was the KJDragon series. It's my absolute favorite film franchise, genuinely ever. I love the first one a lot. I love the second, and I don't really care that people don't like the third much. I still love the third. It's a very unique relationship for me because I was about Hiccup's age when the first film came out, and then I was exactly Hiccup's age when the second film came out. And it feels weird. It's like all of the characters in that franchise, it's like friends I grew up with in a weird way. It's like it's just a joy seeing like grows people and learn more, and obviously there's the advantage of really cool dragons in both the movies and the TV shows.
Oh, I'm with you there. So my next question for you is, how did your art style evolve over time?
Ooh, I think it's definitely me gaining confidence in my software that I've used, and just learning about digital art as a whole. I can go off a really old redraw that I did recently that I think really proves how much I've grown. Because I see my old, like, decade-old art, and I'm like, oh my god, this is horrific. I've created a crime on the internet, I really have. And then the redraw is, oh, this is really cool. So it's been a bit of me just actually studying and do all the things you should do with art and take note of what people comment or critique or what you learn yourself in your own time. I also think it's just overall confidence in myself and what I use. And I'm kind of going for that a little bit again with Clip because I still feel like I'm not entirely used to it. A couple of months in, but I'm slowly like finding my stride again. Here we go. Forgive me for posting my own orange shot with. Oh, that did not embed. Let's.
Oh, there we go.
Morrison.
Oh,
There
yes,
we go.
I do remember seeing that. And first, at Supersonic fan, I approve. Second, oh, that detail was just so good.
It is
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Rio, would you like to, excuse me, would you like to read Nightburner's question?
Yeah. So they say, have you ever considered doing a series where you turn Sonic characters into dragon designs? Your paintings, KJ, are stunning, so I think it would be cool to imagine other characters as dragons and play with their shapes and vibes to make each one distinct.
Ooh, I've never thought about that because KJ's persona. That's why it was mentioned in the comment there. Yeah, I've never actually thought about playing with everyone as dragons. Because they do have the benefit of being incredibly unique, and they can be whatever you want. And I definitely do have a selection of weird little guys for characters that I could play around with. I need to take a note of that, actually. That's quite a funky idea.
Yeah, if you
Sure.
do, I'd love to see how that come out, because I like the concept of that.
It's yeah, I kind of reminded me that my own character was actually like more of a suggestion that a friend of mine gave to me. So it took me a few years to get into like fan characters. So I just felt again it was like a lack of confidence that I had in myself. So it took me a number of years for me to finally like actually make a character based on my username, and now I wouldn't have it any other way. So I absolutely love them.
RB and Tuber was asking, did you watch Dragon Tales at all?
I did not. I have definitely had a few people comment like your name sounds like something into Dragon Tales. Like, oh, I should watch that. So many shows I need to get around to watching.
It's a cute show. I won't lie. Taffy's my favorite.
I think I've seen clips of it. I don't think I've seen a full episode, so I'll need to get around to that.
All right, Rio, would you like to ask your next question?
Yeah. So I was wondering if you have any like specific games or movies that give you inspiration for your art.
Actually, for a number of years, my art got compared a lot to the Ori series, so like Ori the Blind Forest and Ori the Will of the Wisp. Which is great because I absolutely love both games, and to be honest, I do feel like if I really push myself, I do feel like I can replicate the game's art styles quite closely. I feel they've got a very painterly, like bright look to them that's plays around the color beautifully and has been an inspiration for me for sure for years. I think even when the first game came out, which was quite a while ago though, I definitely remember, like, 2016 as the first game came out. So, not only if I just felt the wrinkles on my face of age hearing that, but also, I definitely remember when I was younger thinking like, oh, I want my art to look like that game series. I'm kind of drawn to story-based games as a whole. Even ones that are more like up to interpretation. So if anyone's heard of a game called like Abzu or Journey, are also absolutely fantastic games I'd recommend to anyone. They're very much like up to you in terms of what you perceive them to be. I like that aspect a lot, and to a degree want that in my own work also. That would be an absolute goal of mine. One that's on and off been quite an inspiration to me is the newer God of War series. Is also like more for the plot beats rather than the art style. But I absolutely love that series. It inspired a lot of my my original setting that's outside of Sonic and whatnot. Quite a lot. At the moment, I've been leaning into more of different indie games. So I've recently came out of a hyperfixation by another story of mine that was like noir detective based, but also set in like a cyberpunk setting. So I was getting a lot of inspiration from obviously cyberpunk itself, but also games like Nobody Wants to Die is a really good story, like noir game. That's exactly what I want. If anyone's actually ever seen the game, it's fantastic in just how weird and wonderful and very 30s look everything has, which is a part of history that I'm completely inspired by and absolutely love. But and another inspiration to me on and off. It's gonna make me sound like an absolute nerd, but I was very into the League of Legends lore for a number of years. I definitely have been on and off inspired by that series a lot. I barely touched the game because it's the reason why I'm terrified to chat with anyone in in multiplayer games nowadays. You know, I don't need to mention how badly it could be in terms of its toxicity. But its lore is definitely the complete opposite. There's such unique, wonderful stories that really inspire me and like actually get me to like feel motivated myself and confident in myself. And yeah, there's a number of like different inspirations, and actually even for League's art style, I'd absolutely steal that if I could. I absolutely love all of the artists. They're completely talented and absolutely carry that series. So, yeah, there's like a small collection of what kind of inspires me on a regular basis.
So my next question is there anything in particular that you've always wanted to draw, but you haven't gotten the opportunity to yet?
Ooh, I mentioned KJDragon earlier, and that was like the first thing that came to mind was, oh, I should really get back into that series again, and because some of the designs are so cool, and I'd love to draw them. I don't feel like my skill level is there yet, but I've also not given it a full shot. So I should probably do that. Be something I should note down for myself to draw some of my favorites from that series. So that's definitely up there. I feel like I should chuck in like the occasional meme of like draw 6 fan arts like way back in the day. I feel like I should do that again because I occasionally think of the one I did years ago, and I know there's people that definitely want to make me want to draw a few things because I know Spyro would be brought up because I absolutely love the Legend of Spyro series. Dawn of the Dragon is incredible, so I'd love to draw that at some point. I even get a few comments that my style kind of looks like the Crash Bandicoot style. You know what? I've on and off grew up with that series. I should probably honor him in some fashion. I just wish it wasn't Wrath of Cortex. That was my my gateway into that series. So there's a few. There's probably more out there. But at the moment, I just kind of take my hyperfixations as they come. So it could be Sonic one day, it could be something entirely different the other day.
Well, if you ever make them, I'd love to see them.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right, Rio. Would you like to ask the next text question, and then you can ask your question, and I'll read the second one.
Okay, so Supersonic asks, what is your reaction to 2 Nintendo Directs?
I've not watched much of it, but the new Mario Kart looks really cool and so lively and expressive even compared to like the previous game. And I'm honestly just really happy for people. I'm not the biggest Nintendo person, but I don't like hate them at all. I'm just a bit of an outsider of like a lot of Nintendo series, but they do look really cool, and I hope that they're as good as the advertisement took them out to be. I'm sorry, it's a bit of a nothing burger answer, but I'm really happy for all of the Nintendo fans and the Kirby fans and the DK fans and all the Metroid fans. That'll be fun.
The Kirby fan in me is so happy right now.
I'm so excited for the new Tomodachi.
Yes. Oh my god, I almost forgot about that. That will be my excuse to play because I wish I played the first.
Oh, I've been playing it for a week straight once I heard the news.
Oh, I need to go around to
So
it.
good. Get on it.
Yes, I should.
Exactly. It's like the moment we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rio, would you like to ask your next question, and then I'll read the second text question.
Okay. So for anyone who's like starting out with drawing or art in general, do you have any like tips for them?
Definitely. I wish something people told me more back in the day when I started was, please don't compare yourself to other people because the moment you start doing it, it's like an absolute mountain to try and get out of that mindset. At least for me, it is. You will learn at your own pace. You don't need to become a Leonardo da Vinci the moment you pick up a pencil. It's a way for you to learn how to express yourself when words fail you. You can't find what you're looking for specific media. So just be yourself and just enjoy the process, not what's out at the end. Even for me, a decade in doing digital art, it's still something I'm learning. And the less you think about it, the more confident you become. And the more confident you are, the more art you get. So it's learning to just look after your mindset and look after your health, and you will be rewarded in tandem. So I wish I did that myself when I was younger.
All very good words of advice. So the second text question by Supersonic 2073 is: do you have any other hobbies aside from drawing?
So the obvious ones are like video games and watching movies and whatnot. Way back in the day, I'd on and off used to birdwatch, actually. I was bringing it up to my dad again, actually, today. Like I love nature and I love studying about it and being in it. Wish hay fever wasn't a thing, because I have horrific hay fever. I kind of love just learning in general, and you feel like you kind of hit your end point to a degree, but you really don't. You gotta know how everything works to the minute detail. So it's nature, there's parts of history that I absolutely love to learn about. So it'd be studying, reading. Well, I call it studying, it's reading for fixation's sake. I need to get into walking as a hobby as well, or getting out a bit more. So my health is requesting that I need to exercise more. So be my excuse. Oh god, what
Okay, so my next question to you, since you're in the UK, is what is one thing you could get in regard to Sonic franchise, like say like the merchandise, the comics, etc.?
Ooh. Ooh, that's a good question, because I've not really about that much. You know what? I kind of wish we had a bit more on the soul dimension in some degree. I'd love to see Blaze in like her own setting and doing like having her own goals and whatnot. I feel like she's a little bit, I don't want to say lost, but there's definitely like, I feel like the dimension could be really expanded upon if you get the right people on it. I would love to see like a spin-off story of her. Also, I just need I need more Omega merch. I'm a Team Dark fanboy. I really need more Omega merch in any degree. I don't care if it's like a t-shirt or a really bad plushie. I just need more. I need more of the Skrunkle, the the weird robot that we all love.
I'm curious, are you both going to SonicCon UK in November?
No.
I've never been to a con before.
Yeah.
At the moment I'm a bit no. But I wish.
Hopefully you get to go one day because it's so much fun. Rio,
It's
would
so
you like to
far
ask your?
away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you
It's
saying?
so far away though to travel.
I know. I understand that. I'd love to go
Oh,
too, but
where's it
money.
at? Because I don't know much about the Sonic Con UK.
London.
Oh, I live in Scotland. That's that's a journey
Opposite
away from me.
ends. It would take so long.
I probably need to train down
That would be so
or something.
expensive.
Yeah,
It is.
Trades nowadays. Oh my days.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, question. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
So, do you have like a preferred medium when you're doing your art, or like do you prefer like traditional or like digital?
Um, because it's something I've been questioning quite a bit recently. It's like, do I actually prefer digital art, or am I still a nerd for digital art? Like I've been grown up towards. um, because there's such good like drawbacks and advantages to both of them. I absolutely like. There's something very special about having a little like A5 doodle on like your little sketchbook, and you just have like books and books and books of like years and years of like parts of your life and what you're interested in, what your style was. I don't think you get nearly as well digitally. I don't really have much of a portfolio sites, so I suppose it doesn't help on that end. But there's a kind of like sentimental value I think traditional has, even if it's just the most basic sketches or stuff that makes you laugh, or in my case, using it to remember anything in high school. Because if those drawings on my little maths book, I would definitely remember it a lot more than just if there was none there. So there's a bit more to it. That having said that, digital art has made me definitely more confident in my abilities, and I absolutely love like the freedom of just having whatever like references and also just like friendly like people, advice, and like all of the different stuff you could download and add to. It's truly free in just how you can express yourself. That is a lot harder to come across traditional unless you're paying like a lot of money for a lot of different materials. Um, so it's definitely the advantages between the two. Um, I've definitely lead more digital art these days. I feel like I play that a lot to just I feel like it's helped me experiment more and teach myself more so that it can be applied to traditional work. But I think both are really great. If I had to pick one, I suppose it would be digital these days.
All right. I'll if we can get two more questions in, so I'll ask one more, then we are going to ask one more. So my last question to you is, what is the easiest and hardest aspects of artwork for you to work with? Like say, like what I mean is like line art, coloring, that type of thing.
Um, the easiest for me is the painting part, so the rendering process is the easiest for me because I've always loved playing around with color and those feelings of getting the exact atmosphere that you want, the exact colors that you want. Just, well, words cannot describe how joyful it is for me. That's my true calling. I love getting that part right specifically because it just means everything's coming together. um, and the opposite, the worst or the most difficult part for me is weirdly enough the sketch part, because I feel like all of my perfectionism comes out with sketching and doodling phase of a piece. I think it's just all of the kind of things you need to keep in mind. Just don't come to me immediately with sketching compared to rendering. I also just feel like I'm doing something wrong whenever I try and thumbnail stuff, and I have three different ideas all entirely at the end of it instead of just one focused piece. No. Also, it takes me a really long time to sketch, which shouldn't be the case, but it is. Half my art, I swear. The sketching is the longest part, and then it will take me like 6 hours to like paint something fully. I'm just so perfectionistic, and I hate it. It's my worst trait. So I want everything to look exactly right. Which I am trying to break out of desperately at the moment, and I feel like I'm getting there. Still a long road for me at the moment.
Alrighty. Rio, would you like to read that text question before you ask your last question?
Yeah, so Supersonic2073 asks, what is your favorite Sonic animation / series?
It would probably be Sonic X for me. We all joke about the animation quality and whatnot, but knowing how horrific the behind the scenes was for that series, I don't entirely blame it. But the writing and the characterization, I feel, is just absolutely fantastic, especially in the Metarax arc, where it really becomes its own thing and really tries to tell its own story. And I specifically watched the Japanese dub, purely for like the correct subtitle, like kind of not correct subtitles, but just for like the things that were cut out by 4Kids, that really take away from a couple of stories, especially like my favorite episode with like Molly and whatnot. It's just heartbreaking. Seeing what happens to her in the English dub and the Japanese dub, and it's still like something I actually come back to every once in a while. Yeah, I just love that arc so much. I wish it was given a bit more credit for how cool it is, despite all of its flaws. I can completely understand if people aren't entirely into it, because I know Prime has its fans. Really give that show another shot, actually. I felt like it was a bit unfair to it when it first came out. You get caught up in all the negative comments about it. So I should give it another shot, because Chaos Sonic, or like the Metal Sonic, that's more annoying version of actual Sonic, is just so funny and great, and I love his designs a bit. Because I love like Nicholas Cole's art, who's the concept artist from. Love it. So good.
Okay. And so my last question is, obviously you mentioned you enjoy playing video games. So like, what's your favorite non-Sonic game?
At the moment, this is quite a jump, totally. But one of my favorite games at the moment is Death Stranding. By the same creator who did the Metal Gear series. Oh my god! Well, it's such a weird and unique, funky setting that I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm so excited for the second game coming out in a few months. It's a game that weirdly means a lot to me. Setting very much around like the end of the world is like coming in here, but you gotta fight your last till your last breath, and I love that kind of like hopeful aspects in depressing settings. I love that aspect. Everything is miserable, and the more you think about the setting, it's absolutely miserable. But the characters are wanting to stick around for as long as possible, and will fight back the awful, horrific stuff. And I love that bits. Yeah, I'd say Death Stranding, but I also do love. I've been on and off getting into like Elite Dangerous. It's like a space game. Very nerdy stuff. I suppose equivalent would be No Man's Sky, is a game I absolutely love and have been playing for like I think maybe a decade now or nearing that time. Also a fantastic game. It's very nerdy stuff. Any other stuff I can think of is like so I'm into a lot of paleontology and I love learning about dinosaurs. I was a dinosaur kid. So I love playing Paleo Pines, which is like a really cute, like warm, like cutesy vibes of like a farming sim, but with dinosaurs. And I love it to pieces. It's got such cute art style to it. I love it to bits. It's I was actually a beta tester for that game, so it's very lovely, like seeing the progress of that coming to life, and then people enjoying it. It's great. So it's a mix of like nerdy stuff and depressing stuff, and also yeah, I'm kind of like a weird, like I'll just play whatever as long as I find it fun. It's just my motto for a lot of things that I enjoy.
Alrighty. So where can we all find you?
So my main account is on my Blue Sky, under the same name of KJDragon70. You can find me on places like Tumblr. You can find me on Quora, Twitter if you really want to. If I'm on an art site, I'm probably there. But my main place is Blue Sky.
Is there any last words you'd like to say before we wrap up the Q&A?
I just want to say thank you for putting me on. I didn't think I'd ever get something like this. I've been a small little guy that doesn't really break out of my shell very often. So the fact that I've been asked on here, especially after like a huge Sonic project that like was talked about yesterday or something, the Dragon's Path, like oh my god, that's such a
We're all looking forward to that.
oh no, it's what a unique. I'm so looking forward to it. I love the storybook series, so it's more the merrier, and it's dragon in the name, so naturally, I'm very curious. Yeah, just thank you for letting me on, and thank you for everyone who's been listening and either cheering me on or just letting me ramble. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, thank you very, very much, KJ, for joining, and thank you, Rio, for co-hosting with me, and thank you, everybody in the audience, for coming.
Thank you.